messenger marketing. It's the most powerful way to be able to build a community, build your business, increase sales, all of that. But sometimes it gets a little tricky when it comes to what you actually should write into the messenger bot. Like, should you name your bot, give it a character, like maybe Harry Potter or Marty McFunnel or something like that? Or should you go very serious, right? And when you're taking your copy, when you're putting actual copy into a bot, oftentimes people will take their email copy and then they'll just grab the whole thing and paste it right inside a messenger bot. And that does not work very well. And so today we are actually going to be bringing on an amazing guest, Mary Kathryn Johnson. She is a mover and shaker in the bot space, and you are going to love learning from her about copywriting specifically for your bot. Before we actually get to Mary Kathryn Johnson, we are going to be bringing on the one, the only Tamila, who's going to be telling us all about the Conversations Conference. The reason that we're here, because Conversations Conference is happening in like a hot second. So if you have yet to grab your ticket, what are you doing? You're crazy. Let's bring on Tamila. She is going to tell us all of the magic, maybe some new updates. We'll see. It's going to be good. Here she is. Bye. I'm going to let you go.
Hello, Many Chatters. We are in our final countdown installment of Conversations, Meet the Speakers. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We're less than 10 days away. It's happening. It's going to be insane. It's going to be such an incredible event. Just for anyone who's joining us new, what is Conversations? Conversations is 3 days of packed content around the largest messenger marketing conference in the world. People are coming from Australia, they're coming from Europe, they're coming from Asia to come and learn and network with top messenger marketing experts in the industry. So the event, when is it? It's September 13th through 15th. We have one full day dedicated to agencies and agency partners to learn about how to build an agency, how to build bots for your clients, how to serve clients in different industries, and also to network with people who've made millions of revenue and have managed large ad spends and incorporated messenger marketing into it. And the other two we have, which are the general sessions, we've packed with mix of future trends, where the industry is going, not just messenger marketing, but digital marketing as a whole. And I don't know if anyone knows Neil Patel. He's one of our keynotes, and Mari Smith, she's also one of our keynotes. Randy Zuckerberg from Zuckerberg Media are all going to cover multi-channel marketing, the future of messenger marketing, and where are we headed? Okay. And then our other sessions are going to be advanced content based on case studies from LinkedIn, like how to integrate from incorporating LinkedIn to building out your flows and advanced flow technology to understanding how to get started. So anyone who is either a beginner or an advanced user, you can come to Conversations and take your business to the next level. Couple things that I'm excited about. We're doing a huge party on Saturday at Bangers to greet everyone in Austin. Austin is one of my favorite cities. I'm from Austin, so it's going to be amazing. We're going to have food and games and a huge party. And also tickets are going, we're pretty much almost finished. So you buy your ticket as soon as you can. We are going to have a special discount code attached to the notes. So just type funnels in the comment section and you'll get the notes and the discount code to get your ticket. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see you next week. And I'm going to give it back to Molly. Thank you.
It's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Tamila, thank you so much for giving us a little insight about what we can expect. I'm gonna pop you down and we're gonna bring on Mary. Bye, Tamila. Okay, seriously, I am so jazzed to be able to talk to the amazing Mary Kathryn Johnson in just a moment as she shares information with us about copy, how to actually increase your results by fine-tuning your copy in your messenger bot. So before we bring on Mary Kathryn, I want to know if you are building bots, are you building bots for yourself? Are you building them for your clients? because I bet there's going to be some things that we're going to talk about how you can actually do this for clients, because I know that Mary is helping so many people. So she has been nicknamed the Chatbot Mom, which I love, by her messenger marketing community. Her innovative development of chatbot copywriting has helped her students and clients sell millions in products, services, and online courses. As CEO and founder of Messenger Funnels, which, hello, give us the word funnel below this video, and you can get a discount code on the Conversations Conference and also show notes from today's show, because I know you're going to want notes. She has taught chatbot copywriting and conversational marketing in her courses on stages such as this little conference called Social Media Marketing World and the Business of Bots, and on podcasts like the Perpetual Traffic with the awesome Molly Pittman. I'm not Molly Pittman. Sometimes people get confused. I'm Molly Mahoney, just so you know. And Social Media Marketing with Michael Stelzner. Mary Kathryn is also the host of her own fast-growing podcast called My Chatbot Life, which I'm so excited to hear about. We are going to bring her onto the show. It's going to be so awesome. So give her a big firework show, which is where you go with the lights and the hearts. Here she is.
Yes. Howdy. Hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to this. So good. Hi.
I've not been able to chat at all yet. And
I know.
Like, okay, yeah, I know you're another Molly. You're not Molly Pittman. You're Molly Mahoney. And I've seen you everywhere in the halls, everywhere in the conferences. Okay, you got to be on my show. So that's all.
I love it. Perfect. Let's do it. A Chatbot Life. So good. And I see we have lots of people here with us too. Like Andy Falco Jimenez is here, and Amruta, and Max Gibbons, and Rosinaldo. I love it. We have such an awesome crowd here. Eric Stoll, good to see you with us. Oh my gosh. So we're going to talk about copy and copywriting for your bot specifically, which I love. I would love to know, though, you're one of the people that I remember as one of the very first people to jump into all of this, which was such a fun, exciting time. So I want to know how you actually found out about messenger marketing. Like how, that story is always really interesting to me. So can you tell us?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. And I can tell you that it's all Andrew Warner's fault.
Okay, yeah, I have seen Andrew shout you out a lot also, which is awesome.
It's all his fault.
So great. It's all his fault.
I had my own agency. Yeah, I had my own agency, just going along pretty because it was in the beauty industry. But I
was your agency? I didn't know that. What was that?
Oh yeah, it was specifically a beauty industry focused marketing agency, and about a year I was into it, and I would do membership sites. I would help them launch products. I would do it was specifically for estheticians and salons and the beauty industry. And so I was like,
just so everyone knows, when Mary first came on today, I was sitting here still doing my makeup, and I didn't even know that.
Well, you notice I'm not a makeup gal. So, you got some eyes maybe and some lips, and that's it.
That's perfect. That's like, you don't even need makeup, I agree. But, it's all about how
I don't dye my hair. I mean, it's just
awesome.
you got what you see.
I love it.
But when I was in this, I was one of those people that would chase squirrels all the time, always, right? The latest and greatest. And Andrew was on his list, and he sent me a message saying, how would you like 80% open rates and 60% click-through rates? And I went, duh.
Hello.
And this was January of 2017. And he, of course, was signing up for a webinar. And I'm like, dude, I know what you're going to do in a webinar. You're going to sell me something. What? All right, fine. I'll go. I'm interested. So I signed up, never intending to actually attend. I always sign up for webinars and go, I'll watch the replay.
Right.
And for some reason, something happened and I was available. So I went ahead and hopped on, and I am so flippin' glad I did.
Yeah.
Because that was a live webinar. He took us through how to build a basic chatbot. Yeah. And I was absolutely mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. So he was selling his course, Bot Academy, and you had at that time, I don't know if he's okay with me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You had to put $400 down to actually get on a call with him to see if you qualified to take the course. Whoa. I was in the first cohort.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll do it. But during the live webinar in the Q&A section, I asked him, how much would you charge? If you were an agency, how much would you charge to build these things?
Yeah.
And he just kept, it depends, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, dude, how much would you charge? It took me like 3 times of nailing him down. Finally, I think he just threw a number out. And it was $1,000. And I grabbed that $1,000. And I had a call with him 2 days after the webinar. I had put down my $400.
Yep.
2 days after the webinar, I had a call with him. I'm like, okay, I'm not investing in a course unless I know I can do this. So I went out to my community and I knew I had 2 days to sell this thing.
Okay, I just want to stop for a second because anyone who ever is afraid of investing in your business, listen to this story because she clearly is doing some awesome workaround. There is always money to be found when you actually want to invest in something. So I am so stoked about this story, which I had no idea.
That's what I did.
Yep.
That's exactly. I went out to my community and I started asking people, what are you working on? This is launch season, January, right? Late January, early February. Like, what are you working on? I got 3 people to get on the phone, to get on a Zoom call with me and talk about what they were doing because they knew I was in marketing. I had another podcast about entrepreneurship. So I have entrepreneurs in my community, right? In my networking. And I got 3 people on a call and 2 of them agreed to pay me $1,000 to build a thing that I didn't even know how to build yet. I was honest. Don't worry. I didn't lie to them. I told them I was learning.
Okay,
I knew this was it. I knew I could do this. If I could do that, oh my gosh, no problem. And that
okay,
here I am.
I have a course called Sell It First, and you just took it to a whole new level. So I'm super stoked about it.
We got to talk about that. Yeah.
Seriously, and I'm always like, you can build the plane as you fly, whatever. All of that, I so agree with it. But she hadn't even signed up for Andrew's course yet.
No, 2 days. And I got on a call with him. And when I was on the call, I'm like, okay. And I knew I had $2,000.
Yeah.
Right? And his course was, around $2,000.
Yeah.
So I knew I had that. And I'm like, okay, I've already paid for the course. Let's do it. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I love this so much. We're done. This is the end of the show because I'm already so happy. Okay. So awesome. So let's now from that moment on. And so if anyone has any questions that come up while we're going through this, and we're going to talk about copywriting in your bot, which will help to, I'm sure, help to increase conversions, help to increase open rates, help to decrease unsubscribes. Like people will actually want to hear from your bot because you're not being a bot. I was going to say you're not writing like a robot, but maybe you are. I love it. So if you have questions come up, Max says, Meet the Speakers is basically my must-watch TV every week, which I love. If you have questions that come up, just give us a cue before the question in the chat below. And when you do that, it will let me be able to find your questions. So give me your questions and let us know, when did you first discover messenger bots? Let us know in the chat. I love that. And here's one last this is kind of a copywriting tip. So we're not supposed to say the word SHARE in our videos because it can actually demote the reach, the organic reach, because Facebook looks at it as engagement bait. So what I've started doing is I say the word sprinkle instead. So I say sprinkle this amongst your community. So if you feel so inclined to sprinkle this, the magic that Mary is going to be sharing with us, do it. Sprinkle, and then give us the word sprinkle below so that we know. Rita, so good to see you. Hey Rita. All right, so we're all going to be at Conversations Conference. Rita's going to be there, right, Rita? Max will be there. You'll be there. And what are you going to be talking about? Tell us what your session's about.
Well, I'm going to be on a panel with Andrew Warner, my good old buddy with Andrew. Yep, I'm going to be on a panel, and we're going to be talking about agency stuff. We're going to be talking about growing your selling through agencies, selling through bots, how to get your bot to convert for your clients. Yeah, because that's my gig.
And I know one of the things you're also so great at sharing, which I think sometimes as marketers, it's like the cobbler's shoes, but you're so great also at supporting agencies to be able to bring in clients, which I think is something that it's so important for us to focus on. Those of us who have done that and who are really more like business coaches like we are, it's something that we often focus on the strategies to use with the messenger bots rather than actually helping other bot builders to be able to bring in clients. So I love the work that you're doing there as well.
Thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I'm having a blast. Isn't it fun?
It's so awesome. I know.
Yeah.
So good.
I've never had a day when I didn't want to do this. So until that happens, I'm going full force.
I love it. So good. Okay. So copywriting. Tell us, can you give us like 3 mistakes people make with their copywriting?
My goodness, yes.
Like 30 mistakes people make with their copywriting?
Yeah, no, I'll take just a couple. So there's a couple, and I'm going to call them out. I don't know if you're okay with this, but I'm just going to call them out, like Tim Ferriss, and there's a couple like that.
Okay.
Who,
when you said I'm going to call them out, I thought you meant the strategies, but she's calling out the people. Go for it.
I'm calling out the people. And it's their bot, but I don't know who writes it, right? So I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to use that as an example, and you can go look. But basically, what the number one issue, so I'm subscribed to a bunch of bots, and I'll get a message come up on my, and okay, I got to tell you, I got a little teeny phone, right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm one of those little teeny phone gals.
Okay.
And so when I get a message on my phone,
Ooh,
I have to scroll down, right? I've got to, it pushes everything up. I don't know what the heck's there, picture, whatever, pushes everything up. I've got to scroll up and find the beginning to start talking and to start seeing what they're saying.
Okay, wait, I have a question actually. So and this is a question for ManyChat, but maybe you know, so when we're building a bot inside ManyChat and there's that little phone on the right that shows you how much text will show, I never thought about the fact that it's different depending on the size of your phone.
Size, yeah, exactly. So look at that. So many phones now are huge, right? And mine's a little. Mine's like an iPhone SE, right? I mean, it's old. Yes, I'm going to upgrade it soon. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm going to give this to my husband who doesn't even have a cell phone. So it's okay. But no, so I do that. So the number one issue is they try and get us to the conversion, to the sales page, to the webinar registration, to the whatever in the first message.
Yep.
Right? So they give us maybe an image and then they're like, hey, I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And we're going to do this. And have you ever thought of that? And blah, blah, blah. Well, join me now or join me Tuesday. Yeah. They didn't get me engaged in it at all. It's basically just an announcement email in a chat.
So it's not a conversation, right?
At all.
Yeah. And there's so many.
They're not hooking me. They're not trying to get me excited about it. You know, it's my pet peeve. It's my pet. I just really start yelling at my computer or my phone when that happens.
Yeah, totally.
And there's some grievous, really, really, really high level people that do the worst at this, that I love their content, but they're just not using the medium in the right way. That's all.
Totally. Okay. So jumping straight into the offer and skipping the conversational piece of it, right? So forgetting the fact that like there's somebody there who's you want to get them to engage. So what are your best tips for getting them to actually engage right away?
Use marketing techniques. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just blunt. All right. I'm your mom to sit here and go, dude, do it right. All right. Yeah. So the first thing is use marketing techniques. So the first thing you want to do is give me a message that gets me engaged in the conversation. So if it's saying you want me to go to a webinar, don't tell me I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to do that, and you wouldn't do that anywhere else. Yeah. Right? So you want to say the benefit of attending, right? So you're going to talk about a webinar where you're going to show me the 3 secrets for starting your first online business. Okay. Right? Well, then try and get me involved in one of those secrets. Something like, hey, have you ever thought about what it would be like to not have to wake up every day to an alarm? I thought about that.
If you're speaking directly to a specific person that you have already identified and you know one of the things that I love to say is that instead of going for the problems that like, you know that you're going to solve necessarily with your product, go to the problems that they have when they first wake up in the morning and like, what's the problem on their soul? The alarm would be that problem. So that's awesome. That's
and if I'm in your bot, if I'm subscribed to your bot, then I've got to be that person. And unless you're trying to sell me, you know, t-shirts, I'm in the wrong, we got another whole problem. But that right there, if you just talk about, it's basically, I look at it like, okay, we start, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to stack this up first. So we start with conversion. When you're actually creating copy, what is the conversion? What do I want people to do eventually? Right. That's the first thing we start with. Right? Because we got to build backwards. Otherwise, we don't know where we're going. Totally. Okay? And then we build the adventure. And then we look at how we're going to get traffic. But even with the traffic, we've got to know how to speak to them. What is their issue that they're having before they need your course or your product or your thing? That's the issue you want to address first. Because that's, like you said, that's what they wake up going, oh, if I only didn't have to wake up to this stinking alarm, my life would be amazing.
Totally. Totally. And I think oftentimes I'm going to tell this little story that is about it's about my husband. I don't think he'll be listening. So I actually was teaching my husband how to do Facebook ads this weekend. We had a little Facebook ads intensive with my husband and 2 friends to see like how a intensive Facebook ads workshop would be here for the 3 of them who had never done Facebook ads before. And he sells wood slabs, these like big, amazing, beautiful wood slabs. And he was writing the copy for the ad. And I was like, we want to think about like, what do they want? Like what in their soul? Like, what do they really desire? And he was like, awesome wood. It's like, no, like outside of the wood slabs, there's something else they want. And he was like, well, they want to find a wood slab that's like really amazing. Like,
But what are they going to do with it? Are they going to put
exactly.
bookshelves on it? They're making it into bookshelves. Are they going to make it into a headboard? Are they
Totally.
What are they going to do with it?
They want to charge higher prices because they want to book a vacation with their family. Like, we've got to start thinking of the other, like, I love one of my coaches, Amy Bradbury, who's actually my CFO now. She said this a long time ago, and it stuck with me so well, is to always add the words "so that" to the end of your copy, because you can, like, you know, and learn how to start your business so that you can, whatever. That's so that is seriously powerful.
Yeah, and you can use that. It's so amazing. So that alarm clock is just one thing. And then that can actually become, you're an amazing Facebook Live person. So that could be, right? That could be your, 3 ways to not have to rely on your alarm clock every day to wake up. There's your top level, high flying content that captures people in your funnel, in your net, that are looking for that. And then you talk about those 3 ways, and then you say, hey, get the PDF in Messenger. I'll give it to you when you comment on this live.
Right, or when you say, okay, so let's talk about that, because I know the word comment freaks people out sometimes.
Right. So, you don't have to say comment. You can say, when you tell me what you're going to do, right? Just in case you don't want to worry about comment bait, right? Clickbait, right? But you don't have to use the word comment, but still something like that, right?
Yeah. So just say, give us the word. Like, there are so many.
I wouldn't do word. I would just say, tell me what you're going to do with your time when you don't have to wake up to an alarm clock. And I'll give you my PDF with these 3 tips in Messenger.
Yeah. So open-ended questions like that are such a great thing for copywriting. Also, especially like on a Facebook Live, it can get a little crazy if you do open-ended questions, because then you have 7 million comments and everybody's going to get responded to, and that's like, and then that becomes spammy. But if you can use something like this, where you write it in the like not in the description, but you write it on the screen, like we're doing with Be Live right now.
Yes.
I love it's moving. Look, I didn't even.
That was cool.
That what?
It's like slowly scrolling.
Wow, it's like bubbling up.
The magic.
Okay, but yeah, just say, like, give us like the term funnels. Yes. Sprinkle funnels into your writing. When you write something. Oh my gosh, what is happening? So good. Okay, so we were talking about Messenger bot names, like actual characters for your bots, before we went live. Mary had shared that she is a total Harry Potter fan. Freak. And she loves it so much. So do we have any Harry Potter fans here? Let us know if you love Harry Potter. And I was telling her that at one point, my bot is named Molly Bot, because I invented it. I created her a long time ago. Wait, Can I show you what I have right here? Oh gosh. 1 second. I have dropping things. Look, this is actually, we created our little bot character with.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there you go.
So we had a cartoon of me with this bot helmet put on. Anyway, so her name's Molly Bot, but I was like, I want something creative, like Lindsay. I don't know if you know Lindsay Lindsay Padilla and Emily Hirsch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had a course called Funnel Besties for a little while, which they have since closed. It was so awesome. But they had Marty McFunnel as their bot for the course, and it was so funny. Like, everything that I saw in their bot, I was so excited about, because it was so creative and different. And she said that it really gave her the freedom to write in a different way, because she created this character. Right. So do you have any tips on that, or like what some of your favorite?
Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, so that you really, and I know I've heard you talk about this too, that in some states, actually, if you try and kind of make your bot pretend it's you typing, you could really get in trouble. So don't do that.
I know in the state of California, I don't know about other places, but it's completely illegal in California to pretend like it's you in your bot.
That's right. Unless you are actually typing. So I go into my bot all the time and interact with people. And I say, by the way, it's really me typing and not the bot.
I go, when I do that, I say, hey, and I use a hashtag just to like make it different, but I say, hey, it's hashtag human Molly. So it's either bot or human Molly.
See, my bot's not my name. It's Meffy. His name is Meffy. He's Messenger Funnels, and he's got he's a little character. My son animates him. It's so fun. So Meffy is my bot. Because when I created that logo, when I had that logo created, it was like he was a character to me immediately. Yeah. It was a character. So I named him as Meffy, and he pops onto the screen saying, "Hi, my name's Meffy," and we go through that. But yes, you need that, because number one, you can even if it's a personalized bot, it's you and it's your brand. You still want to speak the way you speak. You want to give your persona to this character. Yeah. It makes it fun. It makes it interactive. It allows people to, because we know that when they're in our bot, sometimes they say things they wouldn't normally say to a human. Yeah. Right. Yeah, totally. So we want to have them have a comfortable experience. But the number one reason is because if you have a different character, have a different communication style in your bot than you do with the product that they're going to buy from you, there's a disconnect. Yeah. So you want to make sure that the persona you create, and there's some ways you can create this persona. You want to look at the personality traits of your brand. You want to look at the character traits of your brand and kind of create a, I don't know, a graphic or even a list of those things. And make sure that whoever's writing your copy for your bot adheres to that list. So if you're going to use, I have clients who are so dry and professional and would never use a conjunction, let alone a curse word, right? That you have to communicate that way in the bot so that when they get to the end product, it speaks. And then like somebody like the boss mom, Dana Malstaff. I mean, she's just, you know, awesome sauce and all those kinds of things. You've got to speak in your bot as if you're that character.
And this is super important if you're an agency, because like the way that we write for Mollybot is like can be a little snarky sometimes. She uses all sorts of like talk about conjunctions. They're not even real words half the time. But if we have a client who's a esthetician, right? For example, like and sells like very like almost medical devices to estheticians. Like it's going to be a different voice when we're speaking in her voice than it is with ours, 100%. So I love it. Yeah. And this is why it's important to get really clear about your branding, about your brand values, about, you know, all those things. So the clearer you get on that, the easier it is to be able to build this out.
Yeah. To write your copy. And you know that when you're working with clients, if they don't have that flushed out, you're going to probably be less successful in your bot.
Yeah. So do you have a system where you don't take clients who don't have that fleshed out, or do you help them to get it clear?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, most of the clients that I work with, we put them through an application, and in that application, we ask some key questions. I don't ask how much money they make. You know, I'm not looking for their revenue. I'm looking more for their marketing and who they have helping them. And if because I was a superhero solo entrepreneur and proud of it for 15 years, right? I did everything myself, right? Chasing every squirrel meant I knew how to do it all. And nobody else could do it, of course, as well as I could. I couldn't hire someone to do it, right? So I finally slapped myself and went, no, stop that. There are people, you can do this. And I'm no longer a superhero solo entrepreneur, but those people aren't really ready for the impact most of the time. They can dabble with it, and that's fantastic, but they're not, if they're not already selling somewhere else through email or through webinars or through Facebook ads or whatever, if they're not already selling a product, they don't even have that fleshed out, don't start with a bot. Start with the basics, right? And get a product that sells. Then use Messenger to blow it up.
Yeah, totally. Amen. And I think a lot of people think that it's this little magic pill that if they have a funnel that's broken or they have a product that's not selling, well, if I add a bot to it, it'll sell it. Like, no, you've got to make sure that your product is spot on first. Totally awesome. Okay, so when people are looking to first get started, like what would you recommend someone wants to do if they're just getting started with Messenger bots?
And they have a product that sells?
Yes, and they have a product that sells.
Yes, yes. All right, so the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, do I have this kind of communication flow done in email already? That's the easiest place to start, right? Yeah. So if you already have an email sequence that leads to, nurtures people to a sale, or at least a sales page, then you can take that copy and you can translate it to Messenger, because that's basically what it is. You're speaking a different language in Messenger. And I have a really quick, easy way to do that. Cool. Okay, you ready? Yeah. This is the system that we use all the time and that I teach everybody. So the first thing you do is you take one of those emails. Okay. So usually a long story email. We've all been taught to tell stories in our email, right? Yep. It's all about us. It's all about the transformation we've had, or one of our students. It's all about that. That's great. Take that whole story and distill it down to one paragraph. Okay. Okay. This is hard for most people, but if you take that big long story and you actually distill it down and keep the essence of what you're trying to say in that email, keep the essence and distill it down to one paragraph. Then once you have that, and it's easy to do most of the time because we've been trained with bold type and headings in our messages, right? We kind of break it up so that people who scan can stop at those places.
Totally.
So if you already have that, you already kind of have the flow of it. So you can put that into one paragraph. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, sometimes your paragraph can be like 7 sentences long. It's okay, but just distill it down.
Okay.
Then you take that paragraph and distill it down to 1 sentence. That's usually really hard for people. But you distill, and remember, you have to keep the essence of what you're saying. Here's why you need to understand your marketing and understand your message. So keep the essence of what you're saying and distill that down to 1 sentence. Then you take that sentence and you're going to distill it down to 1 word. What is the word that represents what you're trying to tell people? And I guarantee you that word is not going to be buy. It's not going to be purchase. It's not going to be get, right? It's going to be transform. It's going to be believe. It's going to be learn. It's going to be grow. It's some kind of transformative word. That's the essence. Yeah, that's the essence of what you're trying to get people to do. So what it makes you do is get down to the fundamentals of what you're trying to say. And then once you do that, you can take that paragraph and you can now create chatbot copy that is short and concise and leads people through an adventure.
I love it. So good. So this is something that I love this as an exercise because I often talk about how, and this is from the world of like acting, right? So it's kind of an odd thing to bring in, but it's so true. So as an actor, there's always an objective that you set. There's like a super objective. There's an objective within a scene. And then each like beat or unit of action has an objective. There's something that you're trying to accomplish, right? And so that would be like you said, and that might be buy. The word for the objective might be buy. It might be sign up. However, there is also an intention. Yes. So I think if we don't have the mix of that objective and that intention, that's when we become what I like to call a salesy weirdo, because you're focused so much on the sale of the transaction. But this exercise can help you to come up with that intention, which I love.
Yes. It has to be some kind of transformation. People don't buy to buy.
Right.
They buy to transform their lives. I don't know what you're doing. There has to be some kind of transformation. And if you don't know what that transformation is and all you're doing is selling something, you're not going to find a huge success. You might find immediate, quick success, but it's not going to be lasting.
Yeah. So if you're here watching right now, what is it that you're trying to sell? Tell us right now what you're not trying. What is it that you're actually selling? Right? What is it that you're selling right now? And then I'd love to like workshop some of the transformations, because I know like in the beauty industry, like you said, a lot of that is like confidence. What they're selling is confidence, or what they're selling is adventure, like depending on what the brand is, right? Nike's not selling shoes. I love it.
Yeah, it is. And I got to tell you, my project manager, Alexis, is an actress.
Oh,
and
amazing.
She is the best copywriter I've ever seen, ever.
Yeah.
She is so amazing because she can inhabit a character very, very well.
Yeah. I have a friend who is an actress who has a company called the Blog Babe, and she does blog copywriting for other people. But it's so cool because exactly that, like she's embodying the character of the person that she's writing for. Yeah. And so many of those techniques from the world of acting translate into copywriting, which is so weird and so awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
I love it. Okay, so I love the idea of taking those emails and getting them going if you're looking to start building your bot. What if you are selling bot services? What would you say your first step would be to, like you did? I love your story about how you started with that. But what would you say your first step would be if you're looking to bring in clients?
I'm not a cold email kind of gal. I love you guys who do Facebook ads. I think you guys are geniuses because it's a black box to me, and I let everybody else do that black box. I focus on bots. So I hire amazing Facebook ads people on my team, and they can handle that. But me personally, my head is bots. So So the first thing I would do is go to your network. Go to whatever your previous life. There was something you were doing before you came into bots. Something, right? Go to your previous life. Look at the people you've connected with. Even if you have to start with, this is the easiest. Start with a professional update message. So you go to your messenger, you go to your email, you go to your LinkedIn, you go wherever you are, Instagram, and you send out a professional update.
Okay.
So you tell people, and that's the title. If you're going to do an email, that's the subject, professional update. You say, hey, I don't know if you knew, but I've been doing an amazing new gig. And I wouldn't talk about bots. I would talk about marketing and say conversational marketing.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what bots. They think robots. That turns them
or
off, right?
When I spoke at Social Media Week Austin a couple years ago about bots, they thought I was talking about like bots that were interfering with the election.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
They're still. I went to a local event and I started talking about what I do, and they're like, "You do what? You can do that?
Yeah.
What?
Totally."
And half of them don't even do email marketing.
Which is why the Conversations Conference is going to be so good, because the people who are there in the room will understand what we're talking about.
They get it. Guys, this is the best party I've ever been to. This is the best conference I've ever. Every single conference I've been at, whether I'm speaking or attending, compares to this one.
Like,
wouldn't you agree?
It does not even compare. Like, it's like, it's like crazy. I mean, from the second that you walk in, your mind is going to be blown. Literally.
Yeah. So let me tell you about the professional update. I want to make sure everybody gets this. Yeah. So you go, you say, that's the subject line, professional update. And you say, hey, I don't know if you knew, but I'm doing this new gig. You know, I'm just have been crazy, amazing world of conversational marketing. It's a way that you can, that businesses can communicate with their prospects and customers in a way they've never been able to before. And I am so excited about it. I wanted to let you know that this is my new gig. And if you know anyone, if you or anyone you know needs help with conversational marketing, I would love for you to pass along my name and my contact, because I'd love to chat with them. It's so amazing. And it is the cutting edge. It used words like futuristic and, you know, it's so new and it's so amazing and it's so active and all those things. But then you just say, thank you very much. I can't wait to hear from you, and then sign off. And you would be amazed how many people in your network, first off, had no idea what you do. Right? Most of the people have no clue. And then either they or someone they know might need what you do. So at least do that. And then follow up.
I love that this doesn't necessarily have to be like, we have a few clients who have started in direct sales, and then they've launched a business outside of, like, so they started selling whatever, makeup, because we were talking about that earlier. And then now they're selling services like this because they learned how to do it in their own business. And they worry that their list of people who purchase makeup from them are not the same audience that they're going to be marketing to. But an update like this would be so great to send to that list.
Yeah. And it's easy, and it's not, you're not selling. I mean, that's what I mean. I'm not a cold email. It's really uncomfortable for me to just like blast out emails. So I'm going to always start a conversation. I'm going to always build a relationship. So same thing on LinkedIn. I'll go on LinkedIn and say, you know, connect with people and say, hey, if you ever need any help, and if I know I'm connecting with a coach, right? I'll talk about specifically what to do for coaches, right? Yeah. And I'll say, if you ever need any help getting consistent monthly clients using conversational marketing, I can probably help you with that. Let me know. Totally off. I'm not going to try and, hey, get on my calendar link. And, you know, I'm going to start a conversation. I'm going to start a relationship. So I always go to my network first. And
Rita says, my friends still don't know what I do.
See?
You know, okay,
so do that, Rita.
Here's two other things that are really similar to that. I know you mentioned LinkedIn, but if you update your job on LinkedIn, it sends the update
to everybody. Yes.
Yeah. So that's super awesome to do that there. And then also on your Facebook personal profile, if you add, like, for example, we had a little issue because I have a course called Camera Confidence, and someone else was running Facebook ads to a course called Camera Confidence. And I had several people message me about it with screenshots. And then also, like, someone tried to join our Facebook group after they had paid. She was like, yes, I paid. Here's my email address. And I was like, I don't have a receipt from you. And she sent me the receipt, and it was for somebody else's Camera Confidence course that she tried to join up. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing a good enough job of letting people know. It's trademarked. It has been for years. Like, I own it. We're on good terms. She's changed her name. But I realized I wasn't putting it out there enough, even though I feel like I am, like, pretty much out there.
Yeah.
So what I did was, I didn't want to create a whole new Facebook business page. And if you have a marketing agency and you're adding bots as a service, you might not want to create a whole new page for that. Right. But I created a page called Camera Confidence. And then that way I could link it on my profile. The page has like hardly anything happening on it.
Exactly.
But I could link it there, and then it has a thing if they want to sign up. But at least when people are stalking me, they can, like, see the little Camera Confidence thing. So add something like that.
Same thing. I had to do the same thing. I've had to send out quite a few cease and desist letters for people using the term messenger funnels.
Yeah. Which, and the thing is, like, people don't realize when it happens. The funny thing is, I'm actually doing a show at 10 o'clock today with a lawyer about trademarks. So That is awesome. But and one thing too with trademarks, which it sounds like you're doing a good job of this, but I didn't realize how important it was for me to make sure I'm checking on that. Like,
yes,
technically,
yeah.
It's
Otherwise,
like responsibility.
You lose it. You lose it because if you don't protect it, you lose it. And there's a lot. Yeah, I definitely talked to a lawyer. I have an amazing attorney. She's just so incredible, and she's specifically online businesses, and there is a trademark in common kind of thing. So as long as you're the first person to use it in like commerce, but you still want to follow that up. If you want to protect your trademark at all, you have to file for a trademark.
And I'm in love, obsessed with my lawyer too. So good. I like it. So awesome. Okay. So, and this actually ties into copywriting though, because when you're using words like this, like are these words that you're writing in your stuff, when we're talking about like, whatever, sprinkle, I'm not trademarking the word sprinkle, but there's different ways that you can stand out by using terms that are your own, bringing in phrases like messenger funnels. What an amazing, good job on that one. What an amazing thing to copyright there too, because then it's something that's used in, it's like becomes your framework, and it makes it much easier for you to actually sell something when you have this thing that is yours. So
yes, and not only that, I mean, yes, the word messenger is trademarked by Facebook for their platform, but the word messenger itself is not just Facebook Messenger, right? It's the messenger of your marketing. It's the messenger of your copy. This is just the messenger of your business communication. That's my messenger funnels, right? Because I'm telling you guys, chatbots are not going away. There are things in the works for platforms that are off of all other platforms, that are app independent. So you will very soon be able to build chatbots that are not tied to a specific app or an Android or an iPhone or a Twitter. It's coming very, very soon.
I know. So and I've heard little things about some of the announcements that might be made at the conference. Maybe you want to be there. I also have a friend, Shanette Clinton. Do you know Shanette Clinton?
No.
She is like a genius. And I spoke with her on a panel at the 90-day year. And she actually like codes bots for messenger bots for everything. And I'm always like, I don't know what you're doing, but that's cool. But I mean, the possibilities are seriously endless. And ManyChat makes it so easy for us to just get in there and use these copywriting tips.
And look at how that's going to be when Instagram comes in. I mean, how easy is that going to be? And ManyChat is making that there's no other platform I use. It just works.
Agree. Yeah. It's so good. And the community is so awesome in the way that they listen to what we need. Like whether it's in the Facebook group or even at the conference, there's going to be so many opportunities to talk to members of the team, to talk to people who are really connected with the team like we are. It's just going to be so good. Okay. So if you knew someone who was on the fence, what would you say to them about coming to, as someone who's on the fence about coming to the conference?
First off, you're going to get splinters in your bum if you stay on that fence. So let's just hop on off. And I'm telling you, I am absolutely being truthful when I say that every other conference I compare to this ManyChat conference, to Conversation. So, and everyone, and I've been to a lot, as we all have, right? Been to a lot of pretty amazing conferences, but they don't compare. And the number one reason is because we're with our peeps. Yeah. We're with our people. These people are all as excited about messenger marketing and ManyChat as you are. And you will not find anywhere else in the world a group of people who are knowledgeable and passionate as this group of people are about messenger marketing and specifically ManyChat. So any questions you have, I don't care how minute or stupid you think they are, they're not. They are not at all. You can get them answered there. You will have access. The speakers will be in the halls and walking around. You can walk up to them. You can walk up to Mikhail. And I mean, it's just, you will never experience a group and a community like you will at this conference.
1 bajillion%. There's also going to be the Internet Marketing Party. Have you been to it?
Yes. I've already got my tickets. I'm already on my way. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So it's the day before. It is so that's on the 12th.
Thursday
so it's the day
night.
Before it's the day before the actual agency day. That is going to be awesome in Austin. Whoa. Okay, it's going to be awesome in Austin. And there's also going to be, I think Mike is going to be speaking there, right?
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
And we're also going to have a lot of the people from the community are going to be there the night before, which is going to be so awesome. Then on the 13th, we're going to have the agency day, which is going to be amazing. And then the 14th and 15th is the day that's open for everybody. So speakers like, Mary's going to be on this awesome panel. We're going to have Andrew Warner, like she mentioned, Mari Smith, Neil Patel, Randy Zuckerberg, who may know a thing or two about Facebook. It is going to be seriously awesome. So if you are still on that fence, get the splinters out of your booty, get off the fence, and give us the word funnels below, and we'll get you a discount code. It's going to be so good.
And if you're there and you see me and you just walk up, I don't care. I will give you a hug. I will talk about bots. This, ever since Andrew just introduced me to this thing, it has grabbed me by the throat and not let go. So anyone who knows me knows that I'll talk forever about bots. So,
and there is enough to talk about for bots that you literally could talk forever. Seriously,
let's chat, guys. Let's chat.
Yeah. And I tell this story often that last year I had to leave a little early because I was speaking at another conference, and I was like the most FOMO I've ever had in my life. But when I was there, I was out on the little balcony at the hotel, which the hotel is it's such an amazing hotel.
Yes.
And I was having an issue with combining Messenger, ManyChat with Entreport. There was some weird connection in the Zap that wasn't working because we have a client who uses Entreport. And somebody was like, "Oh, you've got to talk to Matt Clapp." So Matt and I had never met before. Yes. I knew who he was. We never met. And I was like, "Hey, I've got this weird question about Entreport. Nobody has been able to help me figure it out." And he was like, "Oh, I have my computer. Come sit down." I was like, "Wait, what?" So he busts out his computer, sitting on the veranda while everyone's like hanging out, and went through and troubleshot this with me, which I was like, "Okay, what is happening right now?"
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Matt. Yeah, it's amazing. Same thing. I asked him, I'm like, "Dude, your stats are freaking incredible. Yeah. How do you do that? I am so struggling. It's just so difficult to account for." He put me in touch with his data guy that creates his spreadsheets. I'm like, "You're a god. You're a god."
So, like, hands down, I mean, there's some amazing people in this community, but Matt has been so giving, and I just want to shout him out as often as possible for his ability to track ROI and his ability to share the way that he tracks it with other people.
Yes, he's amazing. Everybody in this, I mean, I'm doing a mastermind with Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Lieberman, Nick Julia, and Stephen Bradeen. And these guys are blowing my mind, right? I mean, if you ever think you've learned everything, then you're going to die soon, because there's no way you can learn everything. Yeah. So I am just blown away by the stuff that these guys have. And, Nick is a dear friend of mine. Steven, these guys, everybody's going to be there, and you have to be there. If you have to go alone, you're going to feel lonely. You're not going to feel lonely. Walk up to me. If you're there by yourself and you're feeling like you're walking, the last time there was this little gal that I'd never seen before. She sent her friend over to get me over so she could get a picture because she was so shy. I'm like, "Get over here. Let's go."
I remember at the Social Media Marketing World a couple of years ago, you were at a table. It wasn't even like one of the table talks, but you had like a sign of your own that was like, "Come talk to me about bots." I was like, I love her. It was awesome. So yeah.
Anything you want to know.
Yeah. So good. Oh my gosh. This has been so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I am just so glad to have had the chance to be able to chat with you, to learn some brilliant nuggets from that awesome brain of yours. And once again, if you're here watching this live and you have yet to give us the word funnels below this, you will get access to the show notes from today. You will get access to a discount code for the Conversations Conference. You'll be sent a message via Messenger, and then make sure you reply to that puppy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, any last final words of wisdom you'd like?
Yeah, if there are any questions in there, I mean, I can see some questions, but they're all kind of garbled on my screen. So I'm going to jump in and just answer questions after we're done with this. So,
awesome.
Hopefully if you want something to know. And then where can
people find out more about you and learn more and connect with you?
Messenger Funnels, messengerfunnels.com. That's good.
Awesome.
And, on Facebook, Messenger Funnels, Instagram, Messenger Funnel, whatever. Messenger Funnels everywhere. Mary Kathryn Johnson, MKJ, Chatbot. You can go to chatbotmom.com and go through my bot. That'd be cool. That's really fun.
ChatBotMom.com makes me so happy.
It's so fun. Andrew, a couple of young guys gave me that nickname.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 young sons, so it just fits.
It's so cute. I love it. What are your sons' names?
Evan and Riley.
I love
Evan's
it.
21. Riley is soon to be 18.
Oh my gosh. I can't take it.
Now you know where I got this gray hair.
I've got mine too. It's all good. I love it. We have mine.
Hey, it's fun. I know I've lived. I've earned every one of them.
Yeah.
And I'll continue.
I love it. It's so awesome.
Thank you, Molly.
So great. Thank you so much. As always, it is our absolute joy to be here with you for the Meet the Speaker series. I think this might, I just got like, is this the last episode? I don't know. We might have more coming. I shouldn't say that because my calendar, who knows what's actually on there. But I don't know if we have, maybe we'll have one more before the actual conference, but this has been so fun. So I'm so glad that we made this work and you were able to join us live. So good. And thanks to Be Live TV for allowing us to bring your comments up on the screen, allowing us to do all this craziness, because I know live streaming is something that is like an actual magical gift in the universe.
Yeah. Yeah. Unicorns make it happen. I know
they do. There's all kinds of unicorns behind at Be.Live. Awesome. Mary, if you could stay with me for just a second so we can take a screenshot when we're done, that would be awesome. All right. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with you. My name is Molly Mahoney. I love helping you to unlock your inner awesome and elevate it with the magic of messenger bots from ManyChat. We will see you at the Conversations Conference. Oh my gosh, it's coming up. We'll see you there.